Hello and welcome to Vinsloev Academy. This is part 9 in our network basic tutorial. In this lecture we will be focused on Wi-Fi security. If you haven't yet seen the previous 8 parts, I recommend you to do so in order to understand the full scope that we are going through in this lecture and the upcoming lectures. So, Wi-Fi security and why it is important to implement and be aware of how to use secure Wi-Fi. Basically, Wi-Fi has replaced cables in most cases. So before, when Wi-Fi weren't that popular, almost every device, computer and so on were connected through the internet through cables. But now, as mobile devices and Internet of Things is starting to get more and more popular, we are seeing that Wi-Fi is basically replacing all the wired installations that we have, and most computers are also now getting switched over to laptops, meaning that they will most likely also be run on wireless. Of course, there are still stationary computers and so on which use cables, but well, you get the point. So now that Wi-Fi has become such a popular thing, we are facing a security threat that we did not have with the cable, because when we were using cables only, we had an easier time controlling who had access to our network, because basically they needed to plug a cable in the device that then connected to our switch or hub or router in order to be connected to our network. But with Wi-Fi, basically every device that is within range of our Wi-Fi signal will be able to see this Wi-Fi, and if it is not protected in the right way, they will be able to connect to it and start collecting packages and information from that network. So the most important thing when we're talking about Wi-Fi and wireless security is the wireless encryption, because if you're just transferring packages over an open network with no encryption, you can imagine that everyone that is within the signal range of this Wi-Fi could just plug in and connect to this Wi-Fi, and then they will be able to collect your packages. And because you did not encrypt the traffic that you sent between you and the router or hub or switch, you will basically be giving them all the information to read, because it will be in plain text. So that is why open Wi-Fi networks are very bad, and you should avoid them at all costs if you can. In future lectures we will look at VPNs and other approaches that you can use to still connect to your local open Wi-Fi at Starbucks and still be protected. But here we will focus on our setup that we will have at home or at work. So we have these different protocols that we can use to encrypt our traffic and the access to our Wi-Fi. The first one is WEP, Wired Equivalent Privacy. That was the original protocol used when Wi-Fi first came along, and you should never ever use this protocol at all, because it is very easily broken. There are some flaws in the mathematics of this encryption protocol that makes it very easy for people to crack the encryption key and thereby decrypt the traffic that you are sending and get access to your Wi-Fi. Then we have the WPA, which is Wi-Fi Protected Access. That was a temporary enhancement of the original protocol, and it provided some more security, but again it has inherited some of the security flaws that were in the original protocol, and this is now also something that I don't recommend you to use. And if you see a network that is having this, or your home network is only secured with this protocol, you should try at all costs to either switch to this protocol, and if your device does not support that, I hope it does, because every new device does so, but if you have a very old device that does not support this, then I recommend you to replace that device so that you can use the Wi-Fi Protect Access 2 protocol, because that is currently the most secure one to use when talking about Wi-Fi security and traffic encryption. It replaces the original WPA protocol, and it uses AES, Advanced Encryption Standard, which is a much more secure way of encrypting your data and network. Again, it is not that this is bulletproof and that it will not ever be hacked. There are some ways. It is very difficult, but again, nothing is totally secure. So it's not like when you're using this you can say, okay, I'm secure from everything. Sometime in some future there will be some hacks and found some flaws in this as well, and then this will become depreciated as well. But currently this is good to go and you can use this, and there are already coming some new protocols along. There are the WPA3, which is an even more secure protocol, but that is not as widely used as this is. So again, be sure that you are using this on your network when you are setting it up, and then you should be in a okay safe manner when it comes to encrypting your network and traffic. But there's also other things that we can do to secure our wireless network, because wireless network, as mentioned, is based on signals, and the great thing about wireless network is that we can connect any of our devices as long as we are within range of our signal. But that is also a security risk, because it is not only us who can connect, it is also everybody else who is within this range that is able to connect and start to try crack our network or collect packages from our network. So besides using encryption to secure a network, you should also be aware of how strong of a signal you are using and where you are placing your access point, because people from outside your house or office can actually access your network as well, as you have might seen if you're traveling through a city with a lot of buildings. If you go to your mobile and look at what Wi-Fi is available, you will see a very long list, because there are so many access points who is just broadcasting their signal out, because they are the signal is so strong in most newer devices. So it is important that you are aware of where you place your device and the strength of the signal that you're sending, because if we look at this picture right here, let's imagine we are in this office building right here, and this is our wireless router. This is sending out a signal in every direction with a very strong strength, meaning that a malicious user could sit in this car, for example, and try to crack our network. If we had an open network, he could just log on, even though that he's sitting on the street within his car. He can actually have the same benefit as if he were sitting next to you in your own office place. But also, if your building is placed near to a park or other public place, people could actually just be sitting outside chilling with a computer, and they could try to break into your network. And that is of course something that we want to avoid. Even though we have password and encryption set on our network, it is still a very large security risk that people can unharmed just sit and try different approaches to break your network. So what you should be aware of is how you place your device and what strength. So imagine that we had this office building right here, and we had the two top floors. So there's no reason that we have our network being available at the first floor of this building. So what we could do is to first move the router, because instead of placing it at our first floor when we have the above floor as well, meaning that we will broadcast to places that we do not own and is not part of our office, we will just move the router up to the second floor, which we are also owning, and then we will adjust the signal such that it is only broadcasting to the very end of our building. And you can do that by simply just taking our wireless network card or laptop or mobile, and then just go to the farthest corner of your office and then see, do I have a signal right here? If the signal is very strong, then there is a very good chance that on the other side of your wall or below the floor there is a signal as well. So you should try to minimize the strength of the signal in the corners, because then you know that there is a very low possibility that people from outside your actual physical space can connect to your wireless network. So this was a short introduction to Wi-Fi security. We will not go into depth with the encryption algorithms because that will be for another tutorial. This is the network basics. So we just covered the basic aspects of this Wi-Fi security, and in the coming lectures we will look at how we can use different approaches to secure our communication when sitting on open networks by using VPNs, and we will also look at how we can set up different tunnels and how we can use SSH to connect securely to over the internet. So remember to like and subscribe, and then I will see you next time here on Vinsloev Academy.